Hello, 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 my beautiful friends. Oh, we are returned again for another new moon ceremony tonight in the moon's native position of Cancer. So, this is such an exciting time for us to tune in together and to be with this just lush lunar energy that's with us right now. And it's, of course, interesting because we're in her dark face, and that is really inviting us to look at things in a shadow side kind of way. And I love that stuff. So just in case you don't know me, I'm Safrianna Lughna, the queer spirit guide, and I am here every new moon and full moon providing a ceremony where we can drop in and tune to the energies and to ourselves. So as always, I'm going to start with a orientation to the energy that I see collectively right now, and then we will go into a time of intention setting, followed by an energy clearing, followed by a guided visualization or meditation. And then I will pull some cards for the collective. But actually, tonight, one of my guides said that he wanted to help us set the space. And so I'm going to ask him here what he wants us to know. All right. And this is just helping us set up the space. So my guide, Draxus, is inviting us to really tune into the throat chakra tonight, to the energy of our truth, our life, our self-expression. And I really do see that in this Cancer energy, this deep sense of coming into who we are, birthing our voice anew, and there being this sense of peace as we express ourselves in maybe a way that's not necessarily been there before, on a more fundamental level, while the world around us, might not feel at peace at all. And the next invitation is to really be with our root chakra as well, and to find that grounding and anchoring. I think about this watery moon energy that's here, and water to me in its own way can be very grounding. It can pull me back down into my roots because water travels through the root systems. Water reaches up into the roots of plants. And when we think about that, when we think of that inner relationship of water and the root, there's something very beautiful and nourishing about that to me. I also know that some people actually recommend gardening in certain ways with the moon because of how the water interacts with the uh, the spin, the rotation, the tides essentially, and how the different stages of the moon actually do different things in root systems. Like, it's something I haven't dug deeply into, but that's something that was coming through. And then coherence. And this reminder for coherence is to remind us to really harmonize with the heart space, the frequency of our mind, the thinking mind as it relates to how we feel, and to find this coherence between all parts of ourselves. And again, I'm getting this like earth energy, this water energy coming together, the mind, the body, the emotions, all coming together in coherence. So that's the energy that's here. And, just speaking to the moon itself, this new moon in Cancer, we have another interesting thing happening with Jupiter in Cancer. And apparently, Jupiter just recently entered Cancer as well. And it stays in that sign for about a year. So Jupiter is now in Cancer until 2026. And that is bringing about an energy of abundance and an energy of like luck and play and possibility, layering in with this Cancer new moon, which is really about us going in and figuring out what we want to nurture in ourselves. And what's been coming through for me is really what we're tuning into in our ancestral line, tuning into in our connection with earth and moon alike, and how that relates to our greater human story, our ancestry, our bloodlines, our indigenous wisdom across all cultures. So as we dive into tonight, I'm going to go ahead and invite you to set some intentions And if you are tuned in live, you're welcome, of course, to say hi in the chat if you want. No one is ever required to share um, anything, whether it be that you're here or that you have a particular intention. But in your intention setting, I invite you to think about over the next 2 weeks or so, as we are deeply immersed in this Cancer energy. Again, to me, the moon in Cancer is this very like flowy and luxe feeling in its own way, this deeply emotional, profound, beautiful energy. And she loves being in the sign. So, how can you really soften? How can you flow? But in terms of your intentions, considering, what are you bringing to birth right now? What are you mothering? And what do you want to call through? So, you might think about things that you're ready to birth. You might think about emotions that you are ready to face. You might welcome a particular emotional quality or project into your life. Whatever's here right now, I invite you to go ahead and jot that down in your journal. And I'm going to take some moments here as well. Again, maybe intentions around what you are birthing, what emotions you're tuning into. Anything you're healing right now. Healing is another big energy that's here with us in this Cancer space. And as you write down these intentions, you might even begin to notice areas of stuck thought, stuck emotions. You might notice a nagging voice that says this isn't possible for you. I'm going to invite you to be gently aware of those things. And then we're going to see if we can cleanse them, see if we can lovingly let them go. So, whether you're still jotting down your intention or not, I just invite you to breathe here. Using the breath, the inhale to call yourself home. Using the exhale to release, release, release anything that doesn't belong to you, anything that is not authentic to you, anything that's blocking you from bringing this intention to birth. Releasing, releasing, releasing. Softening, softening through the body, softening through the breath. This is a beautiful time for healing, for dreaming. And so we can lovingly let go of anything that doesn't serve this dreaming, this healing, this self-love. And clearing any blockages in the throat. You might clear your throat gently. Releasing any blockages in the root. Maybe clenching the root and then releasing to feel yourself relaxing. And as you breathe here, feeling that coherence of body, mind, emotion, spirit, the community, the world at large. And we're going to move right along into a time of visualization, meditation, journaling. I always like to say that you can receive this however you want. So you can be journaling actively. You can get up and move and listen to it. You can close your eyes and go completely within, whatever is right for you. And whether you see, sense, know, hear, whatever, however you experience this is correct for you. So either way, however you want to receive this, finding yourself comfortable. And once again, beginning to tune into the breath here and now as we drop down into the body, sinking down into our heart space, using the breath to drift downward, opening the heart space. And you might recall an unconditional loving moment you've experienced recently with a person, an animal companion, or nature. And if nothing comes to mind, you can always imagine yourself surrounded in a sea of your favorite baby animal. Just allowing love to open up a portal in the heart. A portal opening to a body of water where you can go and sit. When you're ready, moving through that portal into this space, observing this beautiful body of water, listening to the sounds it makes, if any, noticing the movement on the surface of the water, if any. Noticing the dark sky overhead, no moon in sight. As you find yourself comfortably here, you might choose to lay back to look at the stars, or sit up looking around at whatever landscape surrounds you. As you breathe and be, a feeling of peace washes over you, as if it's radiating off of the water's surface. And you feel to your right, behind you, a presence. And as you look back, you see a depiction of a moon goddess, a moon guide. She smiles at you and lets you know this is her time. She says, "This is my time to play. When I'm not being looked to in the sky, when I'm in my dark face, I get to play. I get to go be who I really am, the me that no one else gets to see." Who is the you that no one else gets to see? She might take your hands or sit down with you as she asks you this question again. Who is the you no one else gets to see? Receiving whatever comes to mind here, whatever surfaces for you. She just looks on at you in absolute unconditional love, almost like a grandmother or a great great grandmother, one maybe you've never met before. She has this gentle, all loving presence, this inner light, this radiance. She looks on you with love and kindness and witnesses you as you've never been seen. As you are here with her, she wants to offer you a bit of healing. She twirls her fingers and twines some water from the body before you. And as the water swirls in the air, you can tell she's purifying it, cleansing it. And then she brings it to you, hovering it over your heart space, asking you, what do you need healing around right now? What do you need support around right now? And whether you answer her with certainty or the answer remains unknown right now, she takes this water, blessing it in her own way, and then allows it to wash over you like a gentle mist, the water dissipating, gently touching your skin, just a little cool, pleasant. And you can feel it like a healing balm, like a magic potion, seeping into your skin, moving down into your tissues, your muscles, your bones, into your blood, radiating out through every cell of your being. This gentle, grandmotherly healing. Allowing that to wash over you, allowing yourself to receive this gift of tender love. What are you dreaming? She asks. What are you calling in when nothing else gets in your way? When you stop getting in your own way? I will witness that dream with you. You can feel her energy, her unconditionally loving emotion washing over you as she witnesses you, the parts of you maybe that have never been seen, the dreams, even the parts of you that need that tender healing. Witnessing all of you, the shadow parts, the dark face many may not see. Honoring this shadow, honoring this light, honoring this dance. And then she asks, what blessing do you want to receive under this new moon? I have so much magic to give right now, so much energy to provide. What can I bless you in? Letting your wishes, your desires, your dreams, even if it's just a hope for more self love, whatever it is, allowing her to bless you, seeing her, working her moon goddess energy, blessing you, infusing you with her unconditional love. And then gently beginning to anchor back into your body, noticing that body of water around you, tuning into the surroundings of this place, looking to your moon goddess guide and thanking her for any messages received. And then she gets up and disappears into the dark to play again, leaving you with blessings on your journey, clarity on what you might need additional healing around, giving you space to be seen and held. As you hold all of this in your heart, finding that portal, and with gratitude, fully stepping back into the body, into this present moment. And if the eyes are closed, gently blinking them back open. Really taking a moment to look around your space. Like to get that little twist in there to really come back into the body. So I invite you to jot anything down in your journal that might have come up that you want to remember. Oh, and beautiful. Donna says, opening more to trusting my higher self. Yes, we have got to find this self-trust. We have got to find self-trust because there's already so much swirling around us that's impossible to take in, and we don't know who to trust outside of ourselves sometimes. And to know that we have our own backs, that we can be anchored in ourselves is so important. All right, so I'm going to start pulling some cards for the collective, but as always, you are welcome to share anything that you want in the chat. And I'm going to draw a few cards, and then tonight I have something really special to share with y'all. I'm just going to pull that up while I have a moment here. Perfect. So I am drawing tonight from the Moonology deck because Grandmama Moon is in her, native placement, and feeling what was coming through for me in that when it was this moon goddess energy coming in was like, she's feeling real good right now. She's feeling really in the flow. She's feeling really available. She's feeling creative. What else is she feeling? What messages does she want to give us as we move into this next phase ahead? All right. Well, interesting. So the first card to come out was forgiveness. And what I'm really receiving here as I tune in is that so much of what's around this particular lunation is the energy of ancestral healing. And a lot of our trauma comes from our family systems. A lot of our distress comes from our upbringing, our childhoods. A lot of our grudges we might hold or patterns we might be stuck in come from things that we have been involved in with other people. And we need this energy of forgiveness to really be able to move forward, whether it's the forgiveness of someone else, if that's plausible and it's something that we're moving towards and we want right now, or if it is learning to forgive ourselves for whatever our involvement in something was. The energy of forgiveness is here for us right now if we want to work with it. Cancer, water, cleansing, this beautiful energy of, again, ancestral healing. The possibility is here to forgive perhaps some of our ancestry, our bloodlines, our parents, our siblings, ourselves, a younger version of ourselves. What can you do to play with forgiveness? That is what's here. Then at the same time, this is the Jupiter energy coming through. We're being invited to take a risk. So this Moonflower card, again, I am not an astrology expert. I don't understand everything about the angles and whatnot. I don't claim to know that. But from what I understand right now with what Jupiter is doing, going into Cancer, and Jupiter normally being associated with Sagittarius, is that it's bringing in this energy, this amplified energy of abundance and luck and playfulness and possibility, layered into those pieces of our emotions, that ancestral healing, and really self-compassion. Self-compassion is a huge part here. I think that also has to do with the forgiveness piece, is I think sometimes it's hardest to forgive ourselves for past circumstances or even our present circumstances. And then finally, this is the one I was like, oh, haha, that's okay, that's cute. It's really just the message of tonight. It is to seek healing. Now is an excellent opportunity to dive into healing work, to play in the Cancer moon energy and see how your inner mother, your inner compassionate self can come out and nurture you and nourish you and hold you in the truth of who you are. That's a huge piece of what's been coming through over the past several moon phases. I feel like we've been in this chapter of self discovery and self reclamation and really just moving into our bigness, and that's exciting. And it's also a lot. It's a lot to think about. Um, so many of us have trauma around keeping ourselves small and, trying to protect ourselves by not being who we really are. And in the time and space we find ourselves in right now, more than ever, it is essential that we really step into who we are and stand in the truth of that so that we don't cave to anything other than self. We don't give in to anything other than what our truth is and what we really want and what we're really fighting for. I think that's really important. So, she's a juicy one, this moon, in a dark moon kind of way. And what I mean by that is, again, there's an invitation to really look at the shadows and to dive really deep into what healing is here for you right now, what you can do in that ancestral healing in your bloodline, what you can do with relational healing, and what you can do with self healing as it relates to your own self love and your own compassion. That is what is here right now. So, uh, take care of yourselves in this. And like I said, I want to just offer a really quick sneaky peeky as to what's ahead for opportunities to gather in ceremony, because today is officially the day that my dear friend Dr. Melissa Bird and I are starting to share about our upcoming ritual series. So if you want to go check this out, you can go to livinglunas.com/seasonal, and there's a whole landing page there. Dr. Melissa Bird and I, if you have not met her, she's incredible. We actually have a podcast coming out for the Shadow Side with Safrianna tomorrow featuring Dr. Bird. It's a fantastic conversation. But if you have not met Dr. Bird, she's just a powerhouse. And we have so much fun together. We meet every single week. We write together. We cheer each other on. And one day we were like, what if we did something together? Like, for other people, not just for the two of us. And what was born was Seasonal Shenanigans, which is going to be our Lunasa fall equinox, Samhain, and winter solstice rituals. So we're doing these 4 rituals at the end of the year, basically going into the dark part of the year, the dark season on the wheel of the year. And that invites us into our shadow work. It invites us into gratitude work. It invites us into continuing the self work. And Dr. Bird and I know that shadow work doesn't have to suck and that ritual doesn't have to be precious, and we can just show up together and have an incredible time. So these rituals are going to be about 90 minutes on or very near the holidays. We also paired them with the lunar energy as much as we could, as it sort of is coherent. To go back to coherence, very coherent and cohesive with the energy of these portals. So we're just going to play in the portals and make magical experiences. We'll be doing channeled messages. We'll be talking on the symbolism of the holidays. We'll be doing some card pulls. We'll be leading experiences. These will be live on Zoom. It's $40 a ritual, or you can get all 4, and that's get the 4th free. So you get a ritual free for joining us for the whole shebang, the whole shenanigans package. And we're just going to have so much fun with it. You do get the replay if you don't have the opportunity to make it live. So I just want to throw that out there. And otherwise, these free opportunities will always be here for you if you do not have the means to join other such experiences right now. But if you want to always be notified when I go live for these moon ceremonies, you can go to livinglunas.com/moon, and you can get on the newsletter list specifically for these ceremonies so that you always get the direct link in your inbox so you can join live or catch that replay instantly. And like one more thing here, if you are like really wanting to follow me, you're wanting to see my writing, uh, the best place to do that right now is Substack. I am over on Substack and I'm actually posting there more consistently than I have anywhere else in a very long time. So if you're like, where's Safrianna? What is she doing? Why is she not on Facebook or, insert any other place here? It's because I'm really writing over on Substack. I'm really loving the space over there and the opportunity to kind of express myself in a very old school blog like way. It feels really good. So feel free to follow me over there if you want to get my full length writings. I'm still doing a lot of just inspirational, personal musings, talking behind the scenes about my writing. I'm posting pictures from my garden and food that I'm eating because being a foodie is the fun of life. So, again, there's lots of ways to connect with me, whether you're looking for an in depth experience or something completely different. And again, thank you so much, Donna, and to everyone else who was able to tune in live. For those of you who watch the replay, I'm always holding space for you. If you have the means and desire to do so, I lovingly receive donations at livinglunas.com/donate. But until next time, I will be back with another moon ceremony here in 2 weeks for the full moon. We'll see what's swimming in the energy then. But in the meantime, please enjoy the moon in her native Cancer and just be with what's here, the healing that's here for you, the self-love invitation. A lot of us are being invited right now into bigger, better, deeper self-love. So take that invitation if you're brave enough at this point. It's there. What would it be like to love yourself 1% more than you do right now? That's your invitation. So until next time, my friends, I'm Safrianna Lughna, the Queer Spirit Guide. Bye for now.